Hi, good morning. This is Trina here. So today the topic of discussion, that is the Nernst equation and its application. And in my previous lecture, I have given the concept of the cell, and you got the different types of cell like electrochemical cell, electrolytic cell, Daniell cell, galvanic cell, etc. And you have seen that how the current is flowing and which is the anodic part, which one is the cathodic part, and you have learned how to write, how to represent the anodic part and how to represent the cathodic part. And also you have learned that how the salt bridge is expressed, represented, so by the double vertical line. And also you have learned to calculate the electrode potential for each half cell, that means for the cathode and for the anode. And also you have learned to write the reaction for anodic part and the for cathodic part, that is for the which one is the reduction, which one is oxidation. And today you will learn that the Nernst equation and its application. So I hope that you have gone through the entire study material I have uploaded, and I have given different questions, semester questions, and the solved problems, and also I have given the assignment. So you go through this. I hope that you have already gone through, and if not, so first join with the code, that is TMBC, and then you can access the entire material and submit all the assignments. And if you have any doubt, you can communicate with me either through my email ID or through my mobile number. So I have given in my personal information the email ID and the mobile number. So anytime you can communicate with me. So the course chemistry, the subject code is CH101 for odd semester and the CH201 for the even semester. This course is for BTech undergraduate students, and the streams are CSE IT Civil Mechanical for even semester and Electrical EC BME for odd semester. The credits are 3, contact hours, that is 35. And I will take the weekly 3 lectures. And the prerequisite knowledge required to understand the concept, that is 12 standard. And about the course objective, I can say that the students will learn several concepts of chemistry. And here in the course outcome, so students will learn to calculate the Gibbs free energy and the cell EMF from this lecture, and they can tell that which one is the spontaneous and which one is non-spontaneous. So entire lecture plan is given here, so you can understand that which topics will be covered in which day, so that you can take the prior preparation before the class. So here I have started the module 2. Module 2, that is the use of free energy in chemical equilibrium. So use of free energy, that is the important part. So the free energy in chemical equilibrium. So now we have already covered the 5th lecture, and the 6th lecture is more related with the 5th lecture, where we have discussed about the cell, electrolytic cell, electrochemical cell, and the cell EMF, cell potential, etc. So this knowledge is required to understand the Nernst equation and its application. So today I will tell, it is already highlighted, that Nernst equation and application. So first, you remember that what you have learned, that what is the cell EMF, how to calculate it. So first of all, we have to calculate the electrode potential. Okay, and also you have learned that what is the Gibbs free energy. So the Gibbs free energy delta G is equal to del G plus RT ln Q, and del G is equal to minus NF delta E. Okay, so this E is very important. E is the cell EMF. Okay, so therefore NFE we can write that NF delta E is equal to NF delta E0 plus RT ln Q. Okay, so just put delta G is equal to what you have got here, that NF minus NF delta E. So just put in this equation and you will get this equation. Okay. So now RTQF are the gas constant. Okay, so 8.314 joule per mole per degree Kelvin, and temperature is in degree Kelvin, reaction quotient, and the Faraday constant. So all these things are given. So this is the Faraday, F for Faraday constant. Okay, so in the galvanic cell, what happens? The Gibbs free energy is related to the potential by what you got, that delta G for cell is equal to minus N F E for the cell. So this is the cell EMF. This one is cell EMF. Okay, so if E0 cell is greater than 0, then the process is spontaneous. It is for galvanic cell. If E0 cell for the cell less than 0, this process is non-spontaneous. That is the electrolytic cell. So galvanic cell, you know, that is the chemical reaction is converted, chemical energy converted in the electrical energy. Okay, and it is the reverse of that. So in the galvanic cell, the Gibbs free energy is related to the potential by del G cell is equal to minus NFE for cell. So you got that which one is spontaneous process, which one is non-spontaneous process. So from the Gibbs free energy, we can tell that. Now the Nernst equation. So here the general Nernst equation correlates the Gibbs free energy del G and EMF of chemical system known as the galvanic cell. So for this reaction, here A small a, the capital A, plus B, the capital B. So the capital A, B, these are the reactants, and capital C, D, they are the products. So before that, they have the numbers like small a, small b, small c, small d, like this may be 2, 3, 1, anything. Okay. So here Q will be equal to C to the power C. This is the concentration of D to the power D divided by concentration of the reactant. Okay, so here you can remember that there was the Q. Q is the reaction quotient. So in this way, you can calculate the reaction quotient. So now, this one is the Nernst equation. Okay, so you remember, well, this one is the Nernst equation. So delta E is equal to delta E0 minus RT by NF ln the Q. Q is the reaction quotient. Okay, so in this way we can calculate the electrode potential. Now this is called Nernst equation. This equation, how it is applicable for us? This equation allow us to calculate the cell potential of any galvanic cell for any concentration. Okay, so if we write the concentration, then we can calculate the, from the Nernst equation, we can calculate the cell potential. So some examples are given below. Okay, so what is the application of Nernst equation? So the application is determination of cell potential. Number 2, construction of concentration cells. Now next see that what is done here. So the cell potential for galvanic cell, we can calculate potential of the half cell on the right side. This is the cathodic part minus the potential of the half cell on the left side, that is the anodic part. So in case of Daniell cell, the E cell is equal to E copper, okay, that is the cathodic part minus the anodic part. So Nernst equation relates the equilibrium state potential of a half cell with the standard electrode potential of the half cell, temperature, reaction coefficient, as well as activity of the reacting species. So for an electrode reaction, M, it is the plus n plus n number of electron, we get the pure metal, neutral. The equilibrium state EMF, how we can calculate this? We can calculate by the following equation, that is the E m to the power, okay, in this way we write, that is the first m, n plus, then the one vertical line, then m. This is the neutral metal, is equal to, we get equal to the m, n plus, vertical line m, minus RT by NF, ln m, the concentration of m, divided by concentration of Mn plus, where Emn plus is the half cell potential and E0Mn plus bar m is the standard electrode potential of half cell. So M is the molar concentration of the metal, Mn plus is the molar concentration of the metal ion. Okay, when it release, like M release the electron, it becomes Mn plus. So it is the molar concentration of the metal ion. R is the universal gas constant. R is universal gas constant. Its value is 8.314 joule per mole per degree Kelvin. T is the temperature in Kelvin. N is the number of electrons involved in the reaction, and F is the Faraday's constant, that is 96500 C per mole. So the molar concentration of metallic solid is conventionally taken as 1. Hence, M will be equal to 1. Now substitute the value of RFT. Okay, T is equal to 298 degree Kelvin. And the above equation, we obtain the new equation. What is the new equation? We get here that Mn plus single vertical line M is equal to E0Mn plus vertical line M minus 0.059 n into the log 1 by m n plus, the concentration of m n plus. So let us consider an arbitrary cell having two metal m and n. Okay, we consider there is the two metal. It is you get the only m, now m and n. So similar way, so there will be the anodic reaction and the cathodic reaction. So at the anodic part, say we get that n releases the electrons, it becomes positive, and m at the cathodic part, it will take the electron. So we know that the cell potential of a galvanic cell is equal to potential of the half cell of right side, that is the cathodic, minus potential of the half cell on the left side. Okay. So now, here you look that the EMF of cathode half cell, what will it be? It will be, first following this law, we get the EMN plus vertical line M is equal to, just put the value in the given equation. So we will get minus 0.059 by N into log 1 by M N plus. So similar way, we also calculate, it is for the M metal, it is we can do for the anode half cell, that is for the N metal. Hence the cell potential of the galvanic cell is, what will be the cell potential? So I told it that we have to take the electrode potential of the cathode minus electrode potential of the anode. So here cathode is the M metal, so we take EM N plus single particle line M minus EN N plus single particle line N. So here E0, now put this value, what you have written here, I have written here, so put this value here. Okay, and you put this value here. So now you will get the next step, you solve this one. So ultimately you are getting the final equation, that is the E cell. So here we can write, it is the E cell is equal to E0 Mn plus single particle line M minus E0 N for the anodic metal, N plus single particle line N plus 0.059 divided by N log concentration of M N plus divided by concentration of N plus. Okay, so this is the Nernst equation. So you learn that how to derive it. So we have the E0 Mn plus single particle line M minus E0 N plus single particle line N is equal to E0 cell. So for the cell, you have learned how to calculate. So now, hence we rewrite this as E cell is equal to E0 cell plus 0.059 by N log Mn plus by N plus. So for Daniell cell, the number of electrons involved in the process is 2, hence the N will be equal to 2. So here you put, just here you put 2. Okay, so here you put 2. From the electrochemical series, we got this one. So we can write this value and we can calculate the cell EMF. Okay, so you have learned how to calculate cell EMF. Now you solve one problem. So what is the solved problem here? The problem is calculate the potential of the following redox reaction. So in this redox reaction, first you have to see that which one is oxidized and which one is reduced. So here you can see that silver becomes Ag plus, that means it releases electron. So that is the oxidation process. Lithium plus Li plus becomes Li. So it is the reduction process as it take the electron. So here the first break into two parts. First it is the reduction reaction and this one is the oxidation reaction. So next is that E reduction is equal to the value, find the standard reduction potential of half cell reaction. Okay, that is E0 reduction is equal to minus 3.045 volt. Now E oxidation is equal to it. You have to do for the oxidation part, which one is the for silver. You have to take for the silver, that is minus 0.799 volt. So you can now calculate the total EMF of the cell. So it is the E cell is equal to, you have to calculate that that is the E reduction plus E oxidation. We can write the value and we are getting the result. So in this way we can calculate for the total cell. So now if I summarize what you have learned today. So you have learned that the how to derive, that means what is, you have learned the Gibbs free energy, and you have learned the condition for the spontaneous process and for the non-spontaneous process for the cell, electrochemical cell. And also you have learned the Nernst equation, and also you have derived the how to calculate EMF for total cell. So individually you have to take for single electrode, you have to break the electrode, that is the which one is the cathodic part, which one is the anodic part. Then you have to write the reaction. Okay, and then what you have learned? After that you have learned to solve different problems. Okay, so I think that you are very clear. So I hope that you can answer the following questions. So I am asking the questions. What are those? Number one, define EMF and how it can be calculated. So you will write what is EMF and how it can be calculated. Write down the Nernst distribution, Nernst equation. Write down the Nernst equation. So you will write Nernst equation, which already you have learned, and how it can be applied. So already also you have learned the application. I can show here again that this is the application of Nernst equation, and this one is called the Nernst equation. Okay, so this is the Nernst equation. You can write, and you can write the application of this. So from the Nernst equation, you can write for single electrode, then you can determine the cell potential. So you can determine of cell potential and the construction of concentration cell. So this you can do with the Nernst equation. What is the next question? So next question is number 3. For this cell, there is a cell given, and write down the oxidation and reduction reaction and identify the anode and cathode. Okay, so you have to write the oxidation and reduction. So you know that how to write oxidation and reduction. So here you can see that zinc become Zn plus 2. So it is, we can say it is oxidized at it release electron, and Fe plus 3 becomes Fe plus 2. So it is taking the electron, that is the reduction process. So the separately you have to write the equation for separate electrode. So I hope that you can answer all these questions. Now I have it is the end of this module. That is why I have given a quiz test, and I am showing this, the quiz here. And if you join the quiz, then you can enjoy. Okay, let's see how it works. So I have shared this quiz to you. I have shared the quiz link, that is, it can be shared via anything, the Google Classroom or anything else. So I have already shared the link. So in this case, as there is no player to join the game, that is why it is not working. So first of all, you have to enter your name. When you get this link, you just click on the link and enter your name, and you have to write that start the game. Okay, so it is your task that you will go there. Okay, you will go there with this chemistry question I have given, and you will try to solve this. And here the advantage is, so I am sending again the link, and I am sending through my mail. So that I can show you that how to play the game. Just wait for one second. So what I told that you have to give your name and click the start on the game. When you click start on the game, then here you will get the green signal. For accurate answer, your score will be increased. So here there is the only one player, myself. So only I am getting the score. But if you all play together, it will be very much enjoyable. That means who will get the higher score, they will come above, and those who are getting the lower score, they will go below. Okay, so in this way, you have to play. Okay, so all these are the correct answer. I have set 10 questions for you from this chapter. So you try it. Okay, I'm sending the link as homework. You can solve or not, you try it. So in this way, when you will play, so your score you can see yourself. And not only that, you will see that who is first and who is second and who is third. So this one is very much interesting game. So I am almost done, near to the ending of my game. So the last question. Okay, so I did all correct. Okay, so I hope that you everyone will get the all marks. You everyone will do everything correctly. Okay, so game ended. Now the time to get the result. Okay, so I am the only player. So you try to be the first and or second, third. Okay, thank you, students. So today I am ending my session here. And if you have any doubt, you can communicate with me. Thank you everyone once again.